Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Workshop Fun. Today I'd like to share with you a project that I've been doing over the last 2 months. It's a wire wheel, very simply put. Anyway, it's a homemade vintage wire wheel. Somebody many years ago made this wire wheel and gave it to their daughter for doing work around the farm, I believe. Anyway, when I got hold of it, it was definitely in no state like this. It was a old blue. I repainted it all black. It didn't come with the stand or the electric motor. I've made all the stand, and the electric motor is a nice old Century motor, and it was made in 1948, the Century electric motor. So it's an old one, repulsion induction, and yeah, my favourite brand of motor, once again, Century. They're a good old motor, built to last, pretty much last forever. Just from an environmental point of view, all the stand is made out of recycled wood. The bottom part of the stand down here, that's all made out of mahogany. And that was a set of drawers that was put out on the side of the road and left there for anybody to collect. Otherwise, I guess it would have gone to the dump. That would have been a waste. What a waste. So anyway, I grabbed that and made this out of it. What else? The pine. So up here, that was from old pallets that the Mitre 10 uses and then gives them away for free to people or dumps them if nobody wants them. Excuse me, sorry about that. So that was all rough sawn timber, so I ran that through a thicknesser and dressed it, and then sanded it and made it look nice. The trims up the top here, that's a bit of red oak, and once again that was on a pallet, and there was a guy up the road who was getting rid of the pallet, so I grabbed that, and I've used that for multiple things, and one thing is this, the sheet of ply up the top. That was part of the box that my air compressor came in. What I did to also protect this, one moment, I'll just bring it a bit closer now. What I did to protect the ply, even though I've coated it with polyurethane, I put this white perspex on the top of the ply, and that sort of protects the ply from rust dust getting into the grain and affecting it, because it's quite hard to clean. The switch, that's an old light switch, I put that on there. It looks sort of fitting with the era of the wire wheel. What else have I done? The knock bar at the back, I only just finished making that yesterday, so one moment, I'll just move this tripod for a moment. Okay, as you can see here, there we go, that's the bracket that I made. I machined all that in my mill and made it nice, and then sanded corners into it to make it match the top of the and the sides of the wire wheel. And this is a bit of hardened steel, and that's all been cut to sort of size of the wire, well, sort of an appropriate size for the wire wheel, and it's just threaded, and then I got this bolt going through here. So, and the other thing I did is I also slotted this, so if I put a bigger object on the wire wheel, like say some bigger brass wheel or bigger wire wheel, I can bring it out and have the room to do so. But I don't think with this unit I'll go any bigger than this. 6 inches is enough. What else did I do? Oh, when I got this, this cap was a pressure fit, and you had to sort of hammer it on. I don't know why that was, but that's the way they'd done it. So I just drilled this little hole here, and as you can see I misdrilled it, but I plugged it and then re-drilled it, and then I turn around machined up this little lever. It was a bolt actually, and I machined it all up and knurled it, and then I heated it nice and red and bent it to this shape, so it's appropriate for this setup, and just drilled a hole through there and threaded it, 6mm thread. So now that just clamps on like this and doesn't go anywhere. That's very firm. Excuse me. Down here is the 1/2 horsepower Century motor, and underneath here, there you go, that's the belt drive. So that's all kept up safely underneath there, and had to make 8 of these wooden bits of pine and then slot them. I used my mill to slot them, and then I just use these big washers and then the wing nuts and some bolts, and that allows me to set the tension for the bolts and for the belt, and then lock it in that specific tension, which is really good. So one thing I always say about these wire wheels is safety is paramount. You know, like if one of these little bits of wire gets off the wire wheel when it's flicking around in your face and goes into your eye, it can go through to your brain and actually kill you or blind you or whatever. It's just all very nasty. So anyway, always wear safety gear around these things. Can't be stressed enough. So what I'm going to do though, I'm going to put this here and I'll give you a quick demo. So as far as safety is concerned, that's what I use around it. It needs a bit of a clean, but hey, it works. So let's get you a demo. I'll just find a rusty old bolt. I see so many of these wire wheels on YouTube and belt driven ones, but I've never seen anything like this one, which is kind of why I bought it, restored it and did it all up and made it better than ever. So let's give you a demo. Starts lovely. Should be wearing gloves too, by the way. So I keep right away from the wire wheel with my hands. Bad angle to be doing this. I usually have gloves on and stand at a better angle. But you can already tell years and years worth of rust gone away just like that. So really handy tool to have. And of course that one's just the polishing. So there we go, look at that. It's just a Scotch-Brite pad pretty much. Look at the difference. Huge. Polished steel, completely rusty and crusty. Right. Now the other thing I did too with this cap is whoever made this unit did a lovely job, but the cap they sort of rushed to finish it. So what I did is I found it was very unsquare, this cap, so I put it in my mill and ran it along the mill and squared it all up and got it nice and true, and then just re-rounded these corners, and it came out really good for it actually. Yeah, now the whole unit's a lovely unit. The other thing I had to do was I wanted stainless steel washers, and couldn't really buy any the right size, so I bought big square ones, which are, I believe they're 2mm, or I think they're 3mm actually. They're 3mm thick, and I machined these in my lathe. There's one at the back as well. You can't really see that so easily, but you know, I did that for both sides. This one here, yeah, nice stainless steel, so all good quality, and that holds it there nicely. The the polishing wheel and the wire wheel. What else have I done? Oh, down here this stand is also a shelf, so I can put all my little tools there, so all my taps and dies live down there now. It's just a really handy tool. So, fun project. Hopefully this sort of tool lasts a person the rest of their life, really. I mean, as long as it's looked after, there's no reason why tools like this won't last forever. The other project I've done lately too is my disc sander. That used to be a bandsaw and a disc sander. I shortened the table to make room for this because I wasn't using the bandsaw, and then I turned around and basically made this polishing wheel, put that up there, and kept the disc sander where it was, remade the bottom and the top. A lot of this is not original, and like with the wire wheel, there's a knock bar, there's a adjustable knock bar for this one, so if I put on a bigger polishing wheel or a smaller one, I can adjust that knock bar accordingly. Yeah, so this is a really great tool, this here. I mean, fantastic and handy. And I quite like the slashed shelf. I did that down below just for effect. So, anyway, I hope this video was at least interesting for some people, and if you liked it, please hit the like, and if you wish to, please feel free to ask any questions. Thank you very much. Bye.